Yeah, it's been a lot the last couple of days, man, if I'm being real with you. And I wanted to come out here on the water because when I'm on the water, man, it's just a lot more peace of mind, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I need right about now. We had a significant loss in the family. I'm definitely still grieving that, and a lot of other people are too, not just me. But I had wrote a speech that I wanted to give at the service. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do so because of just the time. There were so many people there and so many things that they had to get through. But since I have my own platform, I figured I'd speak on my own. So I wanted to share this with you guys. This was a speech I wrote in memory of the late Mr. Larry Wilson, really Uncle Larry to me. Over the last 25, about 25, 28 years, man, he's been a pivotal, consistent presence in my life. And it hurts like hell knowing that it's over. Ends hurt because we never see it coming, no matter what. But let me get into this. Good afternoon, family. This one hurt. We are here today to reflect on the life of Mr. Larry Wilson. And I'll be honest, this really hurt. When my sister first called me with the news, I thought she was calling to check on some business we had together. Business that I was already past due on. A lot of that going on lately. It happens, man. You go through those moments in life. That's honestly what I was hoping the call was about. But that, of course, as we all know, that wasn't the case. But after a few days, I made peace with what was and what will be. I'm a communications professor, a counselor, and a mentor. And today it's on my heart to share something with you that I often tell my students. Do not take time for granted. Do not take time for granted. Tomorrow is not promised. People come into our lives for a season. We don't always know when that season will end. But just like the sun sets and the moon rises at night, every season eventually comes to a close. What I've learned in life is that navigating these seasons becomes a little easier when we prepare. Preparation for life is simply time well spent, being intentional and meaningful with the moments we're given. Mr. Larry served as the Pastor Steward at St. Mary's AME Zion Church, a position that he picked up, I believe, after Reverend Odessa Henry, the original minister, at least for my time at St. Mary's. And the Pastor Steward became a pivotal position when Pastor Hooks came to the church. I had to look up the term because I wanted to truly understand it. A steward is someone who manages God's household and his resources, not someone who owns them. I'm going to say that again because I know somebody heard it, but you missed it. I said a steward is someone who manages God's household and his resources, but does not own them. Just manages. Just manages it. Doesn't have to own them. And when I think about Mr. Larry, that definition fits him well. Over the years, Mr. Larry Wilson was a constant reminder of honor and what it means to be a man. Honor and what it means to be a man. Mr. Larry Wilson exemplified manhood to the highest degree. That's one thing I'll truly miss. It's his ability to challenge me and also acknowledge me. On my fraternity, there's a saying, a true friend can rebuke me, and I am not ashamed. That kind of honesty and accountability is a foundational piece of family and community. It is essential for brotherhood to take place and develop. His absence will be felt. Because of that, I challenge all of us. Keep his memory alive through your actions. Find something meaningful and become a steward of it. Before I close, I can't help but share a little education with you. Knowing that as we're talking about loss, many of you will be going through what's called grieving. The season of mourning and dealing with loss. This emotion, it's a range of emotions, honestly. And it's because you'll be constantly time traveling. There will be moments where you find yourself compelled to go back, thinking about those memories, those precious times, the validity, those great feelings. But understand that if you stay back there too long, this is how you fall into depression, because time is forever moving. We must be present here and now. Here and now isn't always pretty, isn't always gloomy. But that is the basis of how depression forms and takes hold. When you are too caught up in the past experiences and you go back and stay there, you can't stay there. It's okay to reflect upon things that have happened, but we must continue moving forward. When we stay in the past, we become stuck in depression. And so I beg of you, it's not going to be easy, but during your grieving process, be ever mindful that when you are reflecting on your past memories, don't stay there too long. Which brings me to my next point. Anxiety, right? Because there's typically a two-handed sword, right? We talk about depression, we talk about anxiety. We already acknowledge that depression is the past. Where do you think that puts anxiety? The future. Some of you will think on about what is to come. And that can be stressful, especially if it has unknowns. And loss usually gives unknowns because we're not sure where we're going from here. I challenge you to don't get caught up in those emotions, those feelings, but fall into them, lean into it, be okay with it, accept it, own it, and realize that, hey, tomorrow's not promised, but we'll take it as it comes. And the best way to prep for tomorrow is to be ever focused and locked in today, right now, the present. This is where you're needed. This is where the work happens. So the place we must learn to live is right here, in the present. Be patient with your mind. Work through your feelings. Reminisce when you need to, and when discomfort shows up, lean into it, because that's often where the most growth happens. I think back to this past Thursday when we were all together. I looked in that room and I just saw 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, almost 70 years of love and support. Sometimes life isn't fair, but we're still moving on the strength, the wisdom, and prayers of our elders. And for that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
My life.